thing?
Sure.
What I feel is that the doctors come into this situation with a great moral authority that is just naturally theirs, and so they really do have, at the point that I was as a grandmother, in Matthew's story, enormous power, and they're very aware of it. And whereas the parent coming in is in a complete emotional frazzle and has a lot of trouble sorting out his or her thoughts as they're trying to make these large decisions. And one of the points I meant to make with my piece about Matthew, certainly it was not the hospital's fault that he was born in such a damaged condition, but I felt that in the climate that we're currently in this society, with the fear of lawsuits, which is a justifiable fear, that the reverse of that wonderful old phrase in the New Testament, that perfect love casts out fear, was true, that perfect fear casted out love, and a great opportunity for compassion and coming together around the crib in which Matthew lay was lost.
Would you agree with that?
We became adversaries.
Yes, I would totally agree from reading the article, and I think one of the problems and the situation that Matthew was in was that his parents were teenagers, and I think that had they not been, had they had some experience and a little more maturity, that they might have been able to connect and reach out to the resources, because there are physicians in any nursery that are very open. Not every single one of them, but many are very open, and they want to discuss the gray zones. They want to practice medicine within the law, but not let the lawyers tell them what to do.
Okay, let's go to Louisiana now and to Ellen. Hello, Ellen.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I've had recently, 2 weeks ago, I had a son that he was 3 weeks premature, and on top of that, he has a terminal illness, what they call trisomy 18. And I was wondering what your comments would be on that. The doctors have told us that if most babies don't survive past the age of 6 months, and if they do survive, that they never are anything more than an infant.
Yes, trisomy 18 is a terrible condition to be born with, and is your child on a respirator, or are they doing anything heroic for your infant?
No, when he was first born, they had him on the respirator. After his first 4 days, after we got the genetic test back, they found out that he had the trisomy 18, and we made the decision to take him off the respirator.
Yes. I think the way I would handle it, if your child were my patient, I would say, let's give your child the most comfort, warmth, care, and let you and your child be at peace together as your baby gradually dies. I think in that situation, since the prognosis is extremely poor, that what we can do is be the best caretakers and to try to take care of you and the baby's dad and the baby by giving the most comfort and warmth.
Okay, let's go on to Bob in California. Hello, Bob.
Yeah, we just recently had triplet premature daughters. And I don't even understand the issue you're talking as far as making a choice on letting a child live or sustaining whatever life support you can.
What is your question?
Well,
What is the issue?
Are your children in good health?
At this point now, yeah.
Well, that may be the issue. That is a little different, isn't it?
Yes, I think when there's a situation of a child that has a great prognosis, even a good prognosis, and is doing well, these questions don't come up at all. Right. There's just no question. It's the situation where you feel that you have an excellent chance for brain damage, or the fact that you're probably prolonging suffering and prolonging death rather than the situation you're talking about. And those are the issues that Mrs. Thoreau, I think, was alluding to.
Let's go to Atlanta and to Diana now. Hello, Diana.
Hello.
Yes.
I just wanted to share with you, I have 2 preemies, or I lost the first boy, and he was born, I was about 6 months pregnant, and I lost him after about 13 hours. And I have another preemie. She's doing great. She was born January 4th, and she wasn't due till March 4th. The doctors gave me Celestone, and I was wondering if maybe that might have made a big difference in the loss of my boy compared to, you know, the baby I have now. I mean, her lungs...
Okay, let me just stop you at that point. Is there any difference in terms of the medication?
What medication?
Celestrum, is that what it sounds like?
Several injections of Celestone.
Celestone.
Because I kept
Okay, if you
threatening to
don't,
deliver.
if Dr. Sims isn't familiar with the medication, I'm going to ask it that.
Was it a medication to stop your labor?
No, they said that it was a steroid.
Oh, sure. We use steroids very frequently, or the obstetricians do. I don't, but the obstetricians do to help mature the lungs of the fetus. And that may have been the case, but I don't know what the gestational ages were between the two.
Okay, why don't we just leave it at that point, because
Okay.
that's a slightly different issue. And Phyllis, I want to thank you for being with us and sharing this very tender story, and Dr. Sims for putting it into a perspective for us that we can all look.
Into this situation with a great moral authority that is just naturally theirs, and so they really do have, at the point that I was with as a grandmother, with